Afternoon, everyone. Fiona Whitten from Oakville Crafts here. Sorry, I'm a bit later than I had planned. Husband was on a Skype call, and sadly our internet's pretty rubbish, so we kind of have to book our slots. And he and his clients seem to have a habit of talking on, but never mind. I'm here now, so I just wanted to pop on today and share with you the new January to June mini catalogue along with Celebration, which both started this morning. So I hope you can see this and there aren't too many shadows. I moved my stand and everything, and I think I might be kind of directly under a light, so that might be casting a few, but anyway. So and I'll try not to waffle on too much as well, which is another habit of mine, but there you go. Right, so those of you who have shopped with me before should have received your copies of the catalogue and also of the Celebration brochure. And now that the actual things are, the products and things are available, I can actually open and share the contents of these with you. So I'm just trying to make sure that this video is actually going out. Well, who knows? Don't know. Never mind. I'll just carry on. So I'm just going to go through the mini catalogue first. Hopefully, well, some of you will already be familiar with the catalogue and how things work. So this is the catalogue. So it runs from today until the 30th of June. So there will be some overlap with the new main catalogue, which will be coming out in May. I want to say May. I could be wrong, but it's earlier than normal. So without further ado, and you'll notice that I've got lots of little sticky notes because they're kind of prompts for me to remember that these are sort of pages that I wanted to share with you. So the first page I just wanted to share is the main index. So it just gives you a brief outline of what's where. So we have kits, various suites, bundles. So the bundles there, it says there, is actually just a brief picture and stuff. So rather than you having to go through the whole catalogue, you can just refer to that. Similarly, the catalogue at a glance, so that's got items in there and information about hosting and joining. So the first thing that we get to are the kits. You might be familiar with some of them. So we have all-inclusive kits, which, as the name suggests, has everything in it you need. So this Hello Dear Friend set has ink spot, a block, a stamp set, some, I'm going to say it's gold, but it could be copper. It doesn't actually, it's copper because it says copper on that, so because that's the colour it coordinates with. So that's got to be copper twine. Comes in a nice pretty box, and there's enough in there to make 12 cards. So you've got all your card fronts and your envelopes, various different sizes. I don't actually have this kit. It's on my list of ones to get. So that's that one. Another kit is called a project kit. So we have various kits. So all inclusive means basically everything's included. Project kits means that you can get the kit and then use your own stamps and ink, or you can add on the coordinating stamp set. So this You Are Amazing kit has enough for 16 cards, and you can add on a coordinating stamp set if you want to. And then the other type of kit that Stampin' Up do is called a product medley, and it includes not just stamps, but it also includes dies and double-sided paper. So if on this description for the flowering cactus, it's got stamps, papers, dies and accessories. So it has twine, all sorts of things. For this one, there will be no instructions. Both the previous kits will have sort of instructions in picture form that you can follow if you want to, or you can do your own thing. The product medley is very much a do your own thing the world is your oyster, as they say. So that's the kits. So, and then we come on to the first suite, and I'm not proposing to go through these all one by one and detail everything. So we've got the Love You Always suite, which, as the name suggests, is theme of love. So you have some black and white paper, you have some specialty foiled paper, so various different dice cut stamp sets and bundles available in that suite. So from your flowery to something that's a bit more modern. There's one with lips on. Some of them coordinate with punches, some of them coordinate with dice. So for example, this one coordinates with the kiss. So the lips and the heart, there's a punch for that. Whereas this one has dies with it. There is actually, I found this earlier when I was looking through again. So this set here is actually a little set of cards that you can make. So actually it's a kit that makes 10 cards. It's more like a Memories and More type kit. So it's small cards, pre-printed pieces that you can add, and then you can add twine and all sorts of things. So this is very much an American thing, because they're really big on giving Valentine's, for the kids to give Valentine's cards out to teachers and friends and things like that. So and I know we're now in lockdown, so come Valentine's Day we will still be in lockdown, because I don't think that's after the February half term. So, but if your kids are ones that love to send people cards, then this is actually an ideal kit for them. Kangaroo and Company. Now, this is a stamp set that I'm using this month as part of my new fun cards in a box. So, the idea is, if you're new to stamping, or if you don't have much time, then the kit that I will supply you with is enough to make 6 cards, 2 each of 3 different designs. So you get everything pre-cut for you, and then if you want to follow what I've done, you can add on the stamp set and or the dies. So, and I will go over that in a bit more detail another time. That's not what today is about. I just thought I would mention it though. So we've got Hydrangea Hill. Love the colours in this. I know at least one person I know who that's got to probably be their new favourite, because they just love purple. So we've got all sorts of things. You may already be familiar with the Quite Curvy. So this was a stamp set and dies that was on pre-release back in November, or has been since November. So this has been around for a while, and obviously it's in the catalogue and available to the end of June. Dandy Garden, I know I've shared quite a few projects with that, because this was one of the stamp sets that we could pre-order for a for the on-stage event back in November. So that was the Dragonfly Gardens stamp set, and then there's a punch. There's another one called Garden Wishes, which has dies. As you can tell, I'm flicking through this quite rapidly. So I'm trying to things to point out. So this one I want to point out because it has this funny little icon on the bottom here, which tells you that it was inspired by one of the million sales achievers. So this one is from Dina Reckhow. So she would have been in touch with the design team at Stampin' Up, the people that design all the stamps and the images and things for paper, and they would have had got in contact with her, and she would have a lot of input about how what she would like in her stamp set. So these stamp sets are not necessarily available all year, but they tend to pop up in mini catalogues. So it's always worth looking out for. So this is actually designed by a demonstrator. Fine Art Floral, which again I've shared quite a bit already. So that's the stamp set. There's this cute, I want to say cute, but it's actually quite big, stamp And yes, it is one big stamp. And there's also one big die to go with it. So if you need to make lots of cards for lots of different occasions, this is a great stamp to get, because you can stamp all of these out in one go, and then you can cut them all out in one go, and then obviously add them to your cards as and when. So I have this, and I've got a few, excuse me, hints and tips to share with you about that another day. So you're probably only seeing half the catalogue from this. Trying to see. Okay, I think that's probably about as much as I can get in. Circles, that's one of my favourites. I'm sure it will appear in a class at some point. So we've got cactus, succulents and cactuses, still pretty big. Sand and Sea Sweet. Now this is a bit of a, I wouldn't say odd, because it's not odd. It's one of those that you really have to see to appreciate. I skipped through it and just didn't give it a second glance when I first looked at the catalogue. But they shared some ideas on when we did the onstage at home event, and yeah, they were fabulous. So, and the one thing I'd like to point out, and you probably can't see it here very well, is there is a embossing folder here. It's one of the 3D embossing folders, and there's also I'm trying to remember if it is that. Yeah, there is also a dies. So there's so much. So all three, the dies, the stamp set, and the embossing folder, all can be used together on the same project, which is really nice. Flamingos Strawberries. So this is, I'll move it over. This is one of the items in the catalogue that coordinates with Celebration. So Sweet Strawberry stamp set together with the Strawberry Builder Punch actually coordinate, and I do have it here, where is it, with the Berry Delight and Berry Blessing stamp set, which is in Celebration, and I'll show you more about that. But this is something to bear in mind. So if you buy the bundle, it's £30.50. Yes, this is requires a £90 purchase, but quite frankly, there's so many nice things in here, it's very easy to achieve that. Probably shouldn't say that. Hopefully your husbands aren't listening in. So that's one item that coordinates. This is another item that coordinates with Celebration, and it coordinates with the Paper Blooms paper. So some of the dies here will actually cut out the shapes here, and the dies are pierced, and I'll show you an example later. So it matches, and so yeah, so that coordinates. So that paper is a £45 purchase, so that kind of is easily more doable, especially if you buy. Yeah, so if you buy the bundle here, it's £45, so you can get that paper for free, which is a bit of a no-brainer really. And remember, the paper's only going to be available to the end of February, whereas all the stuff in this catalogue are available until the end of June. So we've got Ice Cream Corner Sweet. Not quite the right weather for it at the moment, although I know my kids will eat ice cream any time of year, so, but I'm not too fussy about it. So we've got all sorts of more stamp sets and bundles. And then just wanted, I don't know if you all read my newsletter, so this stamp set, Hey Birthday Chick, is available now, but there's going to be a promotion in February. Some of you who have been stamping with me for a while may remember that back in 2017 we had a stamp set called Hey Chick, and it was so popular, it was unbelievable. Everybody went completely crazy for it. Well, there's going to be a promotion in February that is going to tie the Hey Birthday Chick and the Hey Chick stamp set together, along with some dies. So there'll be more information about that coming. So if you want to get the stamp set now, that's fine, but I would suggest that you probably wait till February when you can buy the bundle. So we've got Snail Mail. So this is some of the paper that I'm using tomorrow in the project for Catalogue and a Cuppa. So this is cute. I think a lot of things are going by snail mail at the moment. But yeah, so that's that one. So Delicate Petals will be featuring in my February class. So there's also, as I said, all sorts of things. So we've got window boxes and things. Floating butterflies. My poor daughter just took a complete at that because she hates anything that flutters. She totally freaks out in the summer if a butterfly goes anywhere near her. It's unbelievable. Actually, it's quite funny at times because she will be running around the garden flapping her arms. And I'll be just cracking up trying not to laugh so much, but I guess I was being a bit mean. The Oval Occasions is the stamp set featuring in this month's Zoom Craft and Chat class, and the booking for that closes tonight. So if you're interested, please visit my my website, so oakvillcrafts.com, and then click on the class button at the top. There's some pictures of the projects. I'm not going to go through them all now because we only have a certain amount of time. This well suited will be March's class, so at least you know now what January's, February, March's classes are going to be featuring, so you can start planning. And what have we got here? So we've got some new things. So we've got blending brushes. The water painters aren't new, they're in the annual catalogue. I haven't given mine a go yet, so nor my new blending brushes, I should say, because they comes in a pack of 3, and they're really, really, really soft. For those of you who are dog lovers, there are some really cute Dachshunds, together with some stitched whimsy dies, because they're not straight lined to their sort of wiggly edges. Some of the things here that I've carried over, so the Love of Leaves stamp set and the dies, evergreen embossing folder and the essential tag punch. There is more, but I'm not going to go into that just yet. Good news, hooray, the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is now available. So there's details about that. Where is it? I've put it in my newsletter, and I've also put it in on my blog today about that. Sorry. So yes, so it's a lot smaller and a lot lighter. I do have one, and I have to admit it's still sitting in the box. Probably shouldn't say that, but I'll get it out and I'll do a quick Facebook Live sometime later in the week, maybe beginning of next week, just to show you the difference between the two. So this part of the catalogue now is really just a summary of what's available, saves you having to go through. If you're looking for something in particular and you know it's in this catalogue, but rather than going through the 74 pages ahead of this, you can quickly flick through here and go through. So these are the bundles. So we have, I think I worked out it was like 24. So we have the stamp set and dies. And don't forget, when you bundle items, you save 10%. So we got quite a few of those. And then we have bundles and punches. So that's those. Quick glance at the stamps available again. If you know that it's in here, but you can't remember what it's called, but you kind of vaguely remember what it looks like, you can just check on this page and on the following, and then find out what page in the catalogue it is. Just a quick summary of the paper kits, just the dies alone. and tools and other bits and pieces. And then there's other information about hosting and joining, but I will actually go through that in a minute. So that's really the mini catalogue summed up, which is a lot to take in, I know. If you don't have a copy of that, you can download it from the website, or if you really would prefer to have a paper copy, then just drop me an email. That's fiona@oakfieldcrafts.com, and I will pop one in the post to you. That is, of course, assuming that you are in the UK and you also don't already have a demonstrator. I don't want to be sending them out to people who already have demonstrators, because I don't want to be pinching other people's customers. So, celebration. So it's that time of year again. So beginning of January, for I don't know how many years it's been going now, but certainly as many as I can remember. And I mean, I can remember Stampin' Up going back to 2000. So that's 20 years, and I'm sure they were doing it well before that as well. So this time of year, as I said, is celebration time, and it's Stampin' Up's way of saying thank you to people who are customers, whether they just buy individually or whether they're demonstrators or whatever. Everybody qualifies for celebration items. So there is a celebration brochure this year. In the past, celebration has run from January to the end of March, so it's 3 months. And then partway through, there would have been a second release. That's not happening this year. So this celebration is only running until the end of February. There will be no new releases partway through, but the good news is that there will be a second celebration later in the year with completely different products, I should say. And I believe it will be around the July time, but don't quote me on that. So I'm just going to run through the celebration brochure with you so you can see. So this was the paper that I was talking about that coordinates with, where is it? With the In Bloom stamp set and the dies. Now it says Pretty Perennials bundle there. That, I'm afraid, is a typing error. There is a corrections list on the website. So these are the dies. So as you can see, they are pierced. Now I did actually use these last week as part of my Facebook Live last Wednesday. So I'm not going to spend hours on it, but I will share with you. This is one of the cards that I made last week. This stamp is actually from the In Bloom stamp set. And what I did is I just simply masked off. By that, what I mean is I covered those words over because I didn't want them, and I just used a piece of washi tape, but you could use Post-it note or something like that, inked up, and then removed the tape so that all that was inked was actually just the happy birthday, and then use that. So that was one of the cards that I made last week. I've still got to post this to Facebook. The Facebook Live is up there, the video, but the photos are not. Kind of ran out of time. This project is one that I shared in my newsletter, recent newsletter beginning, the weekend just gone. So this is the paper. So this is the paper from the paper blooms, and I've used some. Actually, no, all of this is the paper. So I've used the dies to cut them out. Now, I didn't actually use a whole sheet. What I actually tended to use was bits that were at the edges, so that they're all hidden. The bits that aren't there, that fact is hidden by this label, which is also in the dies. So the instructions for that and how to make it were in my newsletter. So. And I think I shared the photo yesterday over on the Facebook page as well. So that's a couple of projects that I've made with those. So that was the paper. I'm just going to put these dies away before they decide that they're going to go disappearing all over the place. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments. I can't see them because I'm not even going to try that. But I will get back to you. I will answer them and get back to you. It's just I cannot see them at the moment, so I have no idea. So the second item in the celebration catalogue is this really cute donkeys, which I do have, she says. And I was going to say it's totally irresistible, but it's so irresistible I haven't even inked it up yet because I've not had the chance. So this is the stamp set. This is the full size, just so that you get an idea of the size of the images. It's on red rubber, so that's that one. If you Google Darling Donkeys and then just click on images, you will see, I'm sure, quite a lot of projects already made with that, and that goes for any of the stamp sets or paper. Approaching Perfection, it's another stamp set. The Ombre Paper, which I have used, looks like this. So because I've only got small squares, you don't get the full ombre effect, but yes, it does start as this colour and then goes through to very, 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 very pale. So we've got Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, Granny Apple Green and Rococo Rose. So you have just plain ombre, and then you also have ombre with, I don't know, circles, bubbles, whatever you want to call them. And I use that in a card. Let's just see if I can. So this is the Blackberry Bliss with the bubbles. So I used this for a card that went up on my blog for a celebration blog hop the other day. So you'll find a picture of this. And then this stamp is also another stamp set in celebration, which I haven't got to yet. So, corner bouquet or bouquet. Those of you here in the UK may even recall Mrs. Bouquet. So yes, these are corner images. You could do mirror image stamping and all sorts of other different techniques with this. Again, I have to admit it's another one that I haven't inked up, which is like touch, slap hands and all that, but there you go. So corner bouquet, Heal Your Heart, which I don't have. I'm afraid I kind of tended to get lots of things that I knew I would be able to use with you guys, because certainly for Card and a Cuppa and the like, we're not allowed to send stamped images. So anything that I can use like paper and punches and dies to design a card, then that's what I will do. So the Flower and Field paper looks like this. Most of you would have received a thank you card, a little card from me using that paper, and here's a couple more. So this was the card that we made during the Christmas party, the online Christmas party. So that's the paper. That's exactly the same type of paper, but and this was one that I made just following the random instructions from everybody. I asked them if they wanted me to do landscape or portrait and things like that, and that was how that card turned out. Yes, lots of fun was had at the Christmas party, even though it was very much online. So A Touch of Ink is another stamp set. Now this is a £90 spend one, and this is it. So it actually has 17 stamps. It's a two-step stamping. So you have one image, such as the hummingbird, and then a second image that you then ink up and stamp over. And I do have one that I use. Hang on 2 seconds. So in this card, I stamped the hummingbird and then I stamped using that second stamp. Now, it's not going to line up completely 100%. It's not designed to, so don't panic. So it's one of those sets which is very forgiving. So that's the hummingbird, that's the flowers. And then this hummingbird, I stamped it and then I coloured using my Stampin' Blends. And I was just very random about it. I didn't want an image that was 100% perfect. So I used 2 colours, different shades of the Blackberry Bliss. I can't remember now. Is that really bad? Yes, it will be Blackberry Bliss for that. And then this is actually Ombre Paper as well, which I punched out using the punch from the oval occasions stamp set and bundle. So that's the A Touch of Ink stamp set. So it's up to you how you use it. So you have the hummingbirds, you have butterflies, you have flowers, you have leaves. So, and this one, be warned, they're not, the sentiments and the images are not that small. As it says on the box, I don't know if you can actually read it, it says images at 65%. So if I get this out again, you can see that this is a lot bigger than that. So that just gives you an idea of how big the images and the sentiments are. But there's a lovely selection of sentiments in there. Although I seem to have used For You, which I don't actually know where that came from because it's not in there. Okay, it's still a nice set of sentiments though. It's very random. Okay, so that's the Touch of Ink. So that was, this is a £90 spend. This next one is also a £90 spend. And again, this is one that coordinates with items in the mini catalogue. So it coordinates with the Sweet Strawberry bundle, as I mentioned. So that bundle has a stamp set and a punch. And this bundle has a different stamp set and a whole pack of designer series paper. I'm just going to show you. So that's the stamp set. So it's called Berry Blessings, and this is the paper. So we could plain name that Berry, because I'm not familiar with all of them. I mean, obviously, those are blueberries, those are strawberries. I'm thinking those are raspberries, but I've never seen raspberries that colour. Well, I guess they kind of get that colour. So, yeah. Name the berries. And then you have coordinating paper on the reverse. So this check is on the reverse of that one, and that one's on the reverse of that, etc. Again, this is a 2-step stamping, and again, it's this is not at full size, so it's 90%. So actually, oh, here we go. I'll actually stamp something here. So this is that leaf, and I stamped it with garden green, and then I overstamped it in granny apple green. So I used 2 different colours green there. But again, if you want to, you could stamp it in black and use Stampin' Blends, or stamp it in whatever colour you want to. It's entirely up to you. So it's very much like the previous stamp set, the A Touch of Ink, that it gives you the option. The images are such that you can colour them by hand, or you can just do the 2-step stamping. Whichever you prefer to do. 2-step stamping is quite fun. So this is a card that I made the other day. it's Crafting Acorns get together every Monday morning, have an hour or so, and we just chat, and then I will, or someone else who volunteers, will have designed a card, and we usually try and do fun fold cards. So this is one that we did actually this week. So we did this on yesterday. Crumbs, it's only Tuesday today, isn't it? So this is one that we did yesterday, which I came up with. The instructions for this, but slightly different paper and look, will be going out in the newsletter in a couple of weeks when it's my turn to share again. So this will be my fun fold card, but not this one exactly. So it's called an L-shaped card, and it's all made from one piece of paper, cardstock I should say, and then added different papers. So that's one. So these were fussy cut because I don't have the punch, so I'm not sure if the punch would work on this or not. I guess I should ask someone. But fussy cutting wasn't too bad. So that is that. And then I've got another one that I made yesterday, so this will go up on the Facebook page. So it's the same sentiment. It's actually all the same stamps and the same paper. And then the inside is like that. So that's those. And I think I'm pretty much getting to the end of it now. So that's that stamp set. So what is Celebration? So Celebration, as we've already talked about, is where you purchase items. Once you get to the value of £45, and that's before P&P, then you can choose an item from here. If it comes to £90 or more, then you can choose either a £90 item, or you can choose two £45 items. It's entirely up to you. And you can do this as many times as you like between now and the end of February. Another way of getting some free stuff is to host a party. Now, I know hosting a party nowadays is like, okay, this sounds crazy because we can't meet in person. But we can do it online, a bit like the Zoom craft and chats that I've been doing. So if you're interested in this option, then let me know. All you will need to do is just get some friends together and say, hey, got this online party if you're interested. Send them to my website with a specially set up code, and they can shop. And then if the party total, not just yours but everybody else's, comes to £150, then you start earning rewards. So you get 10% to spend for free. £275, you get 12% to spend for free, and you get during Celebration. So these are like the standard rewards. And then during Celebrations, £275 or more, and you get a free stamp set. Now the stamp set is designed, and I do have this, is designed to coordinate with various punches and dies. So this one here and that one, and if any of these ones that are kind of rectangular in shape, coordinate with the rectangle postage stamp punch, which is in the main catalogue. And then others, such as these ovals, coordinate with the ovals, double oval punch, which is part of the put my teeth in again, this is dreadful, which is in the mini catalogue and is part of the oval occasions stamp set bundle. You can buy it individually or you can buy it as a bundle. So that's what you would get for free. And then last but not least is the joining option. Now I've heard had a lot of people say to me in the past, oh, I don't really want to join because I'm not seller, I don't want to do that. And you don't have to, quite frankly. You can be your own best shopper. it's entirely up to you. Obviously, if you want to take it further and set it up as a business, then I am more than happy to help you, but I welcome people who just want to shop for themselves, or just want to shop for themselves and friends, or go the whole hog and set up a business. It's entirely up to you. So during celebration, there's always a joining offer. The standard Stampin' Up kit, I say standard, there's no such thing as standard, because basically you get to choose your kit. So you get to choose £130 worth of products from the main catalogue or the mini catalogue, or if you really want to, you can add stuff from the clearance rack as well. And that will cost you £99. Now during celebration, Stampin' Up are also adding in 5 packs of designer series paper. Now they're 6x6, it's 6x6 paper, oops, and they come in the 4 colour family. So these are the brights, so I'm just going to show you them. So they're double-sided, so you've got checks, all sorts of things. So you get four sheets of each colour. So we've got Granny Apple Green, we've got Flirty Flamingo. Maybe I should, so you can actually see. There you go. Now this paper will actually be available in the new main catalogue, but you can get it now, as I said, on joining. One of the perks of being a demonstrator is that we get to pre-order things that others don't get to see. So I was able to purchase, I could have purchased all 5 packs, but what I've done is I've purchased the brights and the neutrals, and I want to say that's the regals, but for some reason it doesn't have any label on it. But it also comes in neutrals and the 2020-2022 in colours. So this is the brights. So we've got Granny Apple Green, Flirty Flamingo, Pacific Point, Bermuda Bay. This is where you're all going to start. Gorgeous Grape, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Poppy Parade, Melon, no, not Melon Mambo, that's Melon Mambo, that's the Mango something or other, Mango Melody and Melon Mambo. There you go. So there are, in total, with the 5 packs, there are 200 sheets, which is a phenomenal amount. I'll keep you going forever and a day. Well, maybe not quite, but there's a huge thing. So you get, so Stampin' Up are throwing them in for free. So you get £130 worth. You get free P&P. You get 5 packs of the DSP. You get me. I'm here to help answer any questions. You'll get the rest of the crafting acorns. Crazy bunch that we are at times, but we have a good laugh. That's the one thing that we've actually always done, is that we just love to craft together. So yeah, but it's, at the end of the day, it's up to you. If you'd like to find out more information about it, then obviously get in touch. And you would also get the normal demo perks, which is a 20% discount, sneak peeks, opportunity to pre-order things. So like the new main catalogue that will come out middle of the year, you'll be able to order stuff from that. It will be limited things, but a whole month earlier. So yeah, so if you join now, you get to remain a demonstrator and enjoy all those perks till at least the 30th of June. And then there is a minimum that is required if you want to stay beyond that, which is 300 CSV, which is roughly £276. And again, that's before your discount, so it doesn't actually cost you that much. But yeah, I think that's it really. If you want more information about joining, please get in touch. As I said, it's a great deal. It always is a great deal, but having the extra paper thrown in for free makes it all the sweeter. So that's it for now. I will be back tomorrow morning with the card and a cuppa, which, as I said, we'll be using the snail mail paper and other bits and pieces. And I will see you then. Take care, everyone. Bye.